Which island? The last night. Part 3. Max, we're taking on the freak. Oksana, run to the boat and grab the guns. Okay. Roman quickly muttered. Clear as can be, Commander. Cheerfully answered the girl, not paying attention to the situation that now comes to them and wants to kill them. The creature gradually shifted from a step to a run and was already rushing at the guys. Roma gestured to his friends, and together they all ran from the attacker to the place where they were defending themselves from the small freaks before the arrival of the Coast Guard. After running for 10 seconds, Roman braked sharply and took the full impact of the monster on himself, while Maxim ran to the parking lot, grabbed a stick and turned in the direction where Roma was already lying on the ground and the creature, which piled on him, holding his arms, trying to sharpen his tail to hit his head. Oksana at this time had already turned toward the shore and rushed as hard as she could to the boat. Roma was hard, because the creature was strong. One punch. Roma barely had time to move his head. The second blow. The tip of its tail slammed into the ground. The third blow. Like a spear it drove into Roman's flesh, it struck under his collarbone. The boy moaned in pain, his face creased, and the creature grinned and took another swing, aiming this time at the head of its unresisting victim. Just as it prepared to deliver a fatal blow to take the life of our hero, Max was already there. On a sharpened stick, like a spear, was strung the neck of the enemy, who whimpered from the wound, like a tortured dog from pain and fell on his side. Meanwhile, Oksana made it to the boat at the same time as Maxim ran up to help Roman. She jumped aboard, ran up to the dead policeman, and took the gun from him, rejoicing. But the joy didn't last long. A small monster stabbed her in the leg. However, the girl was not confused, despite the pain, clearly pointed the gun at the little creature's head and fired. The gun bounced in her hand, flame erupted, a shell casing flew aside, and the bullet entered the head of the freak who had attacked her, splattering its brains all over the deck of the boat. "Take that, you freak," she said. When Oksana turned around, she saw about 10 freaks just like the one she killed sitting on the bow of the boat. "What, you bitches? You want a bullet in the head too? Come on!" she yelled, pointing the gun at the green-eyed creatures. The vermin hissed in response, for which one of them took a bullet from the girl right in the forehead, and the rest fled in fear. What happened? The boys, who had come to the shooting, asked in astonishment. "Yes, I killed 2 jackals," Oksana said proudly. "Excellent. We have a boat," cheerfully spoke Max. "Turn the spotlight on. We need to light the perimeter. I'll go look for the first aid kit," said Roman, holding his hand over the wound to stop the bleeding. A minute later the searchlight illuminated the beach. Oksana bandaged Roman, and Maxim oversaw, holding AK-74M, found in the cabin boat. "Bandaged?" Maxim asked when Oksana and Roman showed up. "Yes." "Is it clear?" asked smiling Roman. "All is quiet. Do you see? Over there, between trees. Sitting, waiting for something." "I see," Roman answered. "Give me the gun, I'll stand. Let Oksana bandage your leg, or it will fall off." "All right, I'm coming," Maxim answered smiling. While Oksana was bandaging Max's leg, the freaks began shooting artillery, trying to hit the spotlight with stones. Roman did not like it, and fired a round into the woods. The attempt to destroy the source of light stopped abruptly. 5 minutes later it resumed, but with greater fervor and more persistence. One of the stones hit Roman right in the wound, causing him to fall to the deck, crouching sharply in pain. "What is it?" Max, who was already bandaged up, asked him when he came out of the cabin. "Bastards, they're throwing stones, they're artillerymen," answered his friend, while Maxim was helping him to get up. "Let's go to the cabin," suggested Max. Roman followed him. And he was right to do so, for as soon as they left, a hail of stones fell on the place, from where the guys were watching. Once inside, the noise began, as if it were a meteor shower. A hail of boulders poured down on the boat, which broke the spotlight. Fortunately, the portholes were sturdy and withstood the onslaught of the bombardment. This attack lasted about 10 minutes, after which everything abruptly went quiet. "Fire up the engine, Max. I'll cover if anything," shouted Roman. "And me?" Oksana asked perplexedly. "Stay here and do not stick out," Roman sharply replied, and then ran out on deck, to the starboard side and opened fire with an automatic rifle on the shore of the approaching green lights. Max tried to start the boat, but to no avail. "Damn, it doesn't work," he cursed irritably. "Look! They are approaching from the rear," shouted Oksana, when she saw how on board the boat climbed over the stern 3 monsters. The girl pointed her gun and fired 3 bullets at her enemies, hitting one right in the head. The others scattered in fear. Maxim at that time ran up to the engine. "Sons of bitches!" Nod. After making sure that the engine was destroyed, Max said, "What took you so long?" "I have 2 magazines left," Roman asked. "The engine is dead." Running up to Roman, Max said. When he saw the shore, he was horrified, because it was filled with 1,000 burning bright green eyes. Oksana, meanwhile, was scrambling around the ship, trying to find something and muttering to herself, what to do. Shit. Where is it?" And at the same time 10 monsters jumped onto the deck from the flank. 4 of them bit into Roman's arm, side, and legs, and the other 6 knocked Maxim down. Then he began to crawl back to the cabin for the second machine gun, which he carelessly left untouched there, and the freaks, playing with him like a toy, bit his legs. Just at that moment Oksana appeared and lit a homemade torch made of bandages, some metal pipe, and gasoline. The creatures scattered, frightened by the fire, and the boy quickly got up and ran with the girl to help Roman. And again it was all over again. The critters abandoned their dinner and fled at the sight of the fire. "Roma, are you all right?" Oksana asked. "I'm fine, it will heal before the wedding," Roma answered. "Well done, Oksana. Do you have a lot of gas?" Max asked. "Yes, we have enough," the girl cheerfully answered. "Burn. Burn. We have to burn everything," Roman said angrily. "Everything?" surprisedly asked his friend. "The boat in the first place. You can't put it out. The rubber, which we have, tarpaulin, then wood. At least we'll live another day. That's what we did. We poured gasoline over the vehicle, took some of the rubber and tarpaulin to the shore to have something to burn, and set the boat on fire. The shore was now illuminated by the bright flames of the burning boat, and the green lights running between the trees abruptly began to disappear all but one. The creature that Max had stuck his spear into its neck was standing at the edge of the forest, writhing in pain because of the light that was falling on its skin. "A living creature," said Roman. "Now I'll finish him off." And with these words Maxim took his submachine gun and prepared to shoot standing up. As soon as he took aim and was ready to pull the trigger, the creature, as if he understood everything, turned around and went deep into the woods. But the shooter still fired a round after it. "Well done, burn the forest, burn," Roman spoke in a tired voice. Maxim and Oksana went to the clearing, doused the bushes and trees with gasoline, and set them on fire. The clearing went up in flames. So the heroes were safe, protected by the light of the forest fire.